Hey, Days of Our Lives fans. If you are not subscribed yet, what are you even doing? Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, do the whole thing, because we're about to drop your early spoilers for the week of July 20th through the 24th, and trust me, this week is an absolute roller coaster. We have got Kiriakis hitting his absolute breaking point with his wife Stephanie, Lexie Carver collapsing again, and this time there is no hiding the truth from the people who love her most. A kidnapping plot that is going to have everybody talking, planted drugs that are going to make Holly Jonas look like a complete and total liar to the people she needs believing her the most, and a drunken night out that goes sideways in the worst possible way. This is early edition day, people, and you already know the drill. We're going to recap the back end of this current week, Wednesday, July 15th through Friday, July 17th, and then we are diving headfirst into all the juicy, chaotic, heartbreaking stuff coming your way next week. So buckle up, grab your coffee, and let us get into it. Wednesday, July 15th, Alex steps up, Gabby and Gwen connect, and Theo keeps sinking. Starting off on Wednesday, July 15th, we have got Kiriakis stepping up in a major way for both Joy and little Kelsey. And honestly, he is absolutely furious, not just regular annoyed. I am talking livid at Stephanie. The man is seething. On top of that, he is eating a massive helping of guilt because he did not handle the whole Joy's car situation the way he should have. He knows he dropped the ball, and when your kid is involved, that guilt hits different. So here is what I am thinking, and this is pure speculation, but it tracks. Alex might actually go out and buy Joy a brand new car, or at the very least he hands over the keys to his own ride so that Kelsey is safe whenever they are on the road. That is the kind of grand gesture Alex would make. He is a fixer. He sees a problem, he throws money or action at it. And right now, the problem is that his baby mama does not have a safe vehicle, and his wife deleted a voicemail that could have meant life or death for his little girl. So yeah, Alex is in full damage control mode and Stephanie is squarely in his crosshairs. Now, shifting gears a little, Gabby and Gwen are getting some bonding time together. The last time these two had a real heart-to-heart, they were chatting it up about knockoff designer purses, the kind of conversation that is light and fun and surface level. But this time, I have a feeling things go a little deeper. Gabby might actually open up to Gwen about her bitter, messy split from Philip. And that is interesting for a couple of reasons, but mainly because I am still out here believing that Gwen is eventually going to end up with Philip. I've been saying it, I am going to keep saying it, and if Gabby is over here spilling her heart out to Gwen about the man Gwen might wind up with, that is going to get awkward so fast it is not even funny. But in the best possible soap way, obviously. Meanwhile, there is a big break in Chad and Belle's chess set investigation. You remember the paper that was slipped into the program for the Verde concert? That little breadcrumb has them digging deeper, and it sounds like this mystery is about to crack wide open. But can I just pause for a second and ask a question that has been bothering me? How exactly do you have a ticket to a concert that is being held in the middle of a public town square where literally any human being with two functioning ears can just walk up and listen for free? That makes zero sense. Who is checking tickets at the entrance to a public park? That is like selling VIP passes to watch a sunset. But I will say this, I was genuinely impressed that Days actually ponied up the budget for a small orchestra for this scene. I fully expected it to be Amazon Music streaming from a Bluetooth speaker somewhere off-screen. So kudos to the production team for that one. That was a nice touch. Also on Wednesday, Stephanie and Theo end up bonding over booze at a small bar. And let me tell you, Stephanie is running hot right now. She is on absolute fire about Alex calling her out, and he is right to call her out, by the way, because her jealousy over Joy led her to do something genuinely unforgivable. She deleted a voicemail about Alex's little girl being in a car crash. A car crash. His daughter was in a car accident, and Stephanie let that message sit there, unheard, because she was in her feelings about Joy. That is not a hoopsie. That is not a bad day. That is a choice. And yes, for everybody who has been commenting that Kelsey's injury was faked, no, it was not faked. Kelsey actually did sustain a minor injury. The show made that clear, so let us put that theory to rest. And Alex is taking this incredibly hard because, as he should, you do not mess with kids. You just do not. That is the line, and Stephanie crossed it. Now Theo is also at a breaking point of his own, and honestly, it is hard to even blame him. Gabby did him dirty. He found out about Stefano's role in Lexie's cancer. Yes, the cancer that killed her the first time around. And now Chanel has cancer too, which is its own nightmare. And then Abe, his own father figure, just dropped the bomb that he was conspiring with EJ to take Theo out as CEO. So Theo is getting hit from every single direction. He is almost at rock bottom. And the thing is, that is before he finds out that Lexie is sick and dying again. He does not even know yet. He is already drowning, and the biggest wave has not even hit him yet. And here is a fun little visual for you. When Alex comes home from the hospital this week, he is going to walk through his front door and find a shirtless Theo asleep on his couch. Now, do I think Stephanie and Theo got frisky?
No.
I really do not. Theo is probably just sleeping off a bender. He got drunk, he needed a place to crash, and Stephanie probably felt bad for him and let him stay. But here's the thing, this is days of our lives, and optics matter. When your husband is already furious at you for deleting a voicemail about his child's car accident, and he walks in to find a half-naked man passed out on your couch, that is not a good look. It does not matter what actually happened. What matters is what it looks like. And it looks bad. Really bad. Oh, and Javi and Gus run into Leo, and it is exactly as awkward as you would predict.
That is all I will say about that for now.
Thursday, July 16th, Marina worries about Rachel, Lexie stuns Kristen, and Kat reconsiders EJ moving on to Thursday, July 16th, and Marina is very concerned about Rachel. We already know that Kristen's conversation with Marina raised some serious red flags, because Kristen is out here trying to paint EJ as a danger to Rachel. And let us be real for a second, he is not. EJ is a lot of things. He is scheming, he is manipulative, he is calculating, and he has done genuinely terrible things. But he is not a danger to that child. What EJ is doing here is toying with Kristen. He is playing with her like a cat plays with a mouse before it goes in for the kill, because his endgame is to toss Kristen onto a deserted DiMera island for the rest of her natural life. That is the plan. That is where this is heading. Kristen just does not see it coming yet, or maybe she does and she is too stubborn to admit it. Also on Thursday, Lexie stuns her sister Kristen. And this could go one of two ways. Option 1. Lexie tells her toxic sister that she is dying. She lays it all out. The cancer is back, it is terminal, and the clock is ticking. Option 2. Lexie warns Kristen about what EJ has planned for her. She gives her a heads up about the DiMera Island situation. Now, here is the thing. Even if Kristen gets a warning, she is still getting snatched. EJ is too far into this plan to let a little heads up derail him. So we will see how that plays out. But I am pretty confident that Lexie overheard EJ and Rita talking when she was coming out of her collapse. She was half-conscious. She heard something she was not supposed to hear, and now she has information that could change everything. The question is whether she uses it. Sarah is frustrated, and she opens up to Brady about it. And no doubt this is about Holly and their total lack of progress when it comes to tying EJ and DiMera Pharmaceuticals to the arsenic incident. They have been working this angle, they have been trying to build a case, and they keep hitting walls. EJ is slippery. He covers his tracks. And Sarah is feeling the pressure of that dead end. Meanwhile, Holly is feeling the pressure from every possible direction. Think about what this young woman is dealing with right now. She has a lawsuit hanging over her head. She almost died of arsenic poisoning. She is being accused of taking pills recreationally again, which is a devastating thing to throw at someone who has struggled with substance issues. And now she is in the hospital trying to recover while the world around her is crumbling. It is just a whole lot for one person to carry, and she is carrying it with very few people in her corner. Kat sees EJ in a new light on Thursday. But the real question is it a brighter light or a dimmer one? If Kat finds out about the chorus seal and the arsenic situation, it is going to be a very dim view indeed. She would see EJ for the monster he can be. But if this is about their past in Italy, if there is a history there, something personal and emotional, then maybe this is something positive. Maybe there is a genuine connection that Kat is starting to remember, and that changes everything about how she sees him. Friday, July 17th, Abe apologizes, Alex confronts Stephanie, and Holly's world implodes. Then on Friday, July 17th, Abe apologizes to Theo for conspiring with EJ and keeping secrets from him. But here's the problem. Theo is hungover. He is miserable, and he is in no mood to accept an apology. And, honestly, can you blame him? Abe was working with EJ, the man connected to the cancer that killed Lexie the first time, to undermine Theo. That is a betrayal that does not wash away with a simple, "I'm sorry." And Theo feels like people are underestimating him constantly, because he is the good DiMera. He is the one who plays by the rules, who tries to do the right thing, and people take that as weakness. They think he'll just roll over and forgive. And with Lexie's news about to hit him like a freight train, Theo is going to be struggling on a level that we have not seen from him before. Also Friday, Alex finally sits down and talks to Stephanie about the stunt she pulled with the voicemail and her entire attitude about Joy, the mother of his child. This is the confrontation we have been building toward. And I have to wonder, will Stephanie bring up the fact that Alex turned off her phone to avoid Chad so that he could sleep with Stephanie while her mother Kayla was on the brink of death? Because that happened. That is a real thing that occurred on this show. And I think it is a valid counterpoint. But here's the thing. It does not erase what Stephanie did. Two wrongs do not make a right, and deleting a voicemail about a child in a car crash is on a different level entirely. Honestly, it is probably not a smart move for Stephanie to bring it up, because it just makes her look defensive. But I would love to see her do it just to be petty. Just to watch Alex's face when she throws it back at him. That would be peak soap drama. Ari comes to see Holly, and these two have got a lot to catch up on. Ari has to tell Holly about her mom Gabby bribing Liam to ghost her, and about her moving out of the house. That is heavy. And Holly has got to tell Ari everything that is going on with her, the arsenic, the pills accusation, the hospital stay, all of it. And hopefully, Ari believes her about the pills. That is what Holly needs right now, someone in her corner who trusts her. But here is the gut punch. That same day, Tate finds pills in Holly's bag. And I am betting every dollar I have that those are chorus pills, and that EJ planted them there. This is classic EJ DiMera. He sets the trap, he plants the evidence, and he lets the target destroy themselves. So Tate is going to find these pills, he is going to ask Holly about them, and Holly is going to say they are not hers, which is the truth. But when Tate tries to talk to her about it, Holly explodes. She is already at her breaking point. She's been accused of this over and over, and she just snaps. And Sarah is right there to witness the whole thing. So now Holly looks incredibly sketchy. She looks like a liar. She looks like someone who is in denial about a relapse. And EJ gets exactly what he wanted. He planted those pills, he created the scene, and now Holly's credibility is in shambles. It is infuriating, it is brilliant soap storytelling, and it is going to have you screaming at your screen. Also on Friday, EJ gets some genuinely bad news when Kayla tells him, right in front of Xander, no less, that the state board is revoking his ownership rights to the hospital. Now, we already know that EJ fires Sarah at some point this summer. So this raises a really interesting question. Does the revocation actually stick, or does EJ find a way to get it overturned? Or maybe, and this is the angle I am leaning toward, maybe EJ fires Sarah before the revocation is made official, as a final power move before he loses control. Because here is the practical reality. They need a buyer to make this revocation happen. They cannot just take back something that EJ owns without compensating him for it. That is not how property rights work, even in Salem. So this situation might be the green light for Gwen to swoop in, buy the hospital, and laugh right in EJ's face while she does it. And would that not be poetry? Would that not be the most satisfying thing in the world? The week of July 20th through the 24th, sweeps ends, secrets explode, and lives hang in the balance. Now we are getting into the main event. The week of July 20th through the 24th, sweeps is going to officially end on Monday the 20th, and they're going out with a bang. Kat and EJ could do more than kiss, as her memories come surging back. We are talking about Kat discovering that there is genuine affection between them, real feelings, not just manipulation or ISA machinations. And this opens up a fascinating question. Was Kat pushed toward EJ by the ISA as part of some operation? Or was it possibly Clyde pulling the strings? And she just has not recovered those memories yet? There is a whole buried history here, and if it is real, If there was something authentic between Kat and EJ before everything got tangled up in espionage and scheming, then this changes the entire dynamic. Kat would no longer just be a pawn or a plant. She would be someone with a genuine emotional connection to one of the most dangerous men in Salem. And that is a story with legs. Theo's situation goes from bad to worse. Things get absolutely dire when Lexie's symptoms escalate to the point where she physically cannot hide them anymore. She told Marlena that she planned to keep her impending death a secret. She wanted to go quietly, on her own terms, without the people she loves watching her deteriorate. But here's the reality. Lexie is passing out without warning. She is collapsing in places where people can see her. There is no hiding this. There is no managing the narrative. And it is only a matter of time before Theo and Abe know everything. And I am telling you right now, Lexie ends up at the hospital soon, and it is probably because she conks out somewhere and Theo and Abe panic and call 911. They're going to rush her in, and when they get that life-ending update from Lexie, when she finally has to tell them the truth, they're going to be absolutely devastated. And they're going to be furious at EJ because EJ is connected to this. The Stefano connection, the cancer, all of it. The anger is going to be off the charts. Gwen and Philip may spend more time commiserating this week, and I am here for it. These two damaged people finding comfort in each other? That is good soap. And Gabby may get close to Theo when his whole world falls apart. Think about that. Gabby, who did Theo dirty, suddenly being the shoulder he leans on when Lexie's death becomes real. That is complicated. That is messy. That is exactly the kind of thing Days does best. Chad and Belle study the new clue in their chess set investigation, and more clues are apparently coming their way. This mystery is not slowing down. It is accelerating. Every answer seems to bring two new questions, and I have a feeling we are heading toward a revelation that ties together more threads than we currently realize.